My sister always took things that weren't hers. Clothes, opportunities, friends, attention. But I never thought she would take him. The day I found out Vanessa was dating my boyfriend of 2 years, Liam, was the day something inside me cracked in a way I couldn't tape back together. They didn't even bother hiding it. My mother told me over dinner like she was announcing holiday plans. Asher, sweetheart, she'd said in her soft, patronizing voice, don't be upset, but Vanessa and Liam, well, they've grown close. Such a lovely couple, really. Don't you think? I'd gone numb. Numb when Vanessa came downstairs wearing the sweater Liam bought me. Numb when she kissed him in front of me like she wasn't standing on top of the ruins of my life. Numb when she said, you and Liam weren't that serious, Ash. Don't be dramatic. And when Liam wouldn't even look me in the eyes. I packed a bag, left the house, and moved into a shoebox apartment 2 subway stops away because the alternative was suffocating under their betrayal. It had been 2 months since that day. 2 months of working double shifts at the coffee shop. 2 months of ignoring Vanessa's texts. 2 months of pretending I wasn't breaking. Tonight, on my way home, the November wind sliced down the sidewalk like it had something personal against me. My jacket was too thin. My fingers stiff around the grocery bag holding instant noodles and a box of cheap tea. My life had become a cycle of work, sleep, cry, repeat. And somehow, that felt safer than remembering what happiness used to be. I was halfway down my street when I noticed the black sedan. Expensive. Wrong for this neighborhood. Wrong for anywhere I belonged. Its engine hummed low. The windows pitch black. I walked faster. When a second car rolled up behind me, my heart climbed into my throat. This wasn't random. This wasn't normal. I turned the corner and nearly slammed into a wall of muscle wrapped in a tailored black coat. Strong hands caught my arms before I could fall. And then I looked up. God help me. He was beautiful in a way that hurt to look at. Tall, broad, dark hair threaded with silver at the temples. Eyes cold, lethal, and mesmerizing, like molten steel. His voice was a deep, cultured rumble. Easy, sweetheart. Sweetheart? My throat went dry. Who are you? He studied me with a focus that made me feel stripped bare. Ashlyn Carter, he said, like reading my name off my bones. Age 23. Lives in apartment 4B. Works at Java Crown Cafe. Likes peppermint tea and sketching strangers on the train. My blood turned to ice. How do you why? He stepped closer, and the world shrank to the heat radiating from him, and the smell of expensive cologne with something darker beneath. I've been watching you. My heart stopped. Excuse me. His jaw tensed. For your protection. Protection. A hysterical laugh bubbled in my chest. Protection from what? I'm a barista who can't afford real milk. His expression softened, just slightly. You're also the ex-girlfriend of a young man who owes a very dangerous world a very large debt. I stared. What? Liam, he said. Your sister's new boyfriend. My stomach plunged. Liam? Debt? What are you talking about? He works at a real estate firm. He works for my son's laundering network, the man said calmly. Or rather, he worked. Until he stole $500,000. My legs nearly gave out. And I whispered. And now people want to hurt him. And anyone connected to him. Cold spread through my limbs like poison. Meaning me. Yes. His gaze locked onto mine. You. I was shaking. The grocery bag crinkling under my grip. I didn't know. I haven't even spoken to him. I'm not involved. It doesn't matter, he said quietly. People don't care about facts. They care about leverage. My pulse thudded painfully in my ears. Why are you telling me this? Who are you? He hesitated for the first time. Then he said, I'm Adrian Moretti. The name hit me like a gunshot. Adrian Moretti. The Moretti. The Kingmaker. The ghost. The man half the city whispered about and the other half feared. Liam wasn't just mixed in with criminals. He was tangled with one of the most dangerous Mafia families on the East Coast. I stumbled back, panic clawing my throat. Oh my God, you're his father. Liam said his boss was older, but He caught my wrist gently but firmly. Don't run. My voice trembled. Let me go. If I let you go, he said, you'll be dead before sunrise. Silence fell like an executioner's blade. I couldn't breathe. He stepped close enough that my back hit the side of a building. His hand rose slowly, tucking a loose strand of hair behind my ear. Terrifyingly gentle. You should have never been dragged into this, he murmured. But you were. And now, I'm responsible. No, I whispered. No, you're not. Oh, but I am. His eyes held mine like a vow. Because the first time I saw you, standing outside that cafe with tears in your eyes, you looked like someone the world had forgotten. Someone who deserved better. His voice dropped, almost a whisper. I don't tolerate people hurting what's mine. My heart slammed against my ribs. I'm not yours. A small, dark smile curved his mouth. Not yet. Before I could breathe, move, protest, he slid his coat around my shoulders, heavy and warm and smelling like him. You're coming with me. I'm not. Ashlyn. My name on his lips was a command. A single bullet in the wrong alley would end your life. And I don't allow people I care about to die. Care? About me? I shook my head, overwhelmed. You don't even know me. I know enough, he said simply. Come. And just like that, he guided me toward the waiting car. Not dragging, not forcing, but with the certainty of someone who never heard no. Someone used to bending the world around him. My instinct screamed to run, but behind him stood two armed men. Behind me was the empty street, and in my chest was a fear too sharp to ignore. I got into the car, and as the door shut behind me, I realized tonight wasn't the end of something. It was the beginning. The moment Adrian Moretti took one look at me and claimed me without asking. The interior of the car felt like stepping into another universe. Leather seats, dim lighting, the faint scent of cologne and danger. Adrian slid into the seat, beside me, not across. Beside me, close enough that my thigh nearly brushed his. Close enough that his warmth curled around me like smoke. I swallowed hard. Where are you taking me? A safe house. A what? He turned, expression unreadable in the low light. You're unsafe where you live. They know your address. My stomach flipped. Because of Liam. Because men like Liam make stupid choices that burn everyone around them, Adrian said. And because men like me must decide whether to punish the mistake or protect the collateral damage. Collateral damage. That was me. I stared at my hands. I didn't know. I had no idea he was involved with anything like this. I know, Adrian murmured. That's why you're still breathing. I shivered. His hand lifted slowly, giving me time to pull away. I didn't. He brushed his knuckles down my arm, and it felt like static racing over my skin. Do I scare you? He asked quietly. Yes, I whispered. Good. His eyes didn't leave mine. You should be afraid of me. Afraid of what I am. Afraid of how easily I could ruin your life. Or fix it. But don't mistake fear for danger, sweetheart. I won't harm you. Why? I whispered. His voice deepened, roughened. Because you're under my protection now. The word protection shouldn't have made warmth pool in my stomach, but it did. Adrian, why me? He took a slow breath, like he was choosing his words with lethal precision. Because I don't tolerate betrayal, he said. Your sister stole something from you. Liam betrayed you. You were humiliated. Pushed aside. Hurt. He leaned in, voice dropping to something intimate. And I cannot stand watching good people suffer for the sins of others. I blinked. Good people. He thought I was good? He continued softly, almost reluctantly. And because the second I saw you, I knew I couldn't let anyone else touch you. Not even fate. My heart stuttered. What does that mean? It means, he said, that I saw you long before you noticed me. My breath caught. You've seen me before tonight? A slight curve touched his lips. More than once. Where? The cafe, he said. 6 weeks ago. You were crying on your break. You thought no one noticed. My throat tightened. You bought a cappuccino you didn't drink. You sat outside. You looked like your world had just ended. His voice shifted, dark, protective, furious. And it wasn't even your fault. I stared. Why did you care? Because something about you made me stop. Stop what? Breathing. My breath tangled in my chest. I don't understand. No, he murmured, you will. Soon. The car slowed. When the door opened, I realized we were in front of a building so luxurious it made my lungs seize. marble columns, private courtyard, security cameras that probably cost more than my rent for a year. This is not a safe house, I whispered. His hand rested lightly on my back as he guided me out. No, this is my home. I nearly stumbled. I can't stay here. Yes, you can. No, Adrian, I'm not. He stopped walking, so suddenly I collided with his chest. His finger lifted my chin. Ashlyn, he said softly, you're staying. End of discussion. I swallowed, pulse racing. Why? His eyes darkened. Because I want you here. My lips parted. He leaned in. Because you are safer with me than anywhere else. A pause. And because I don't trust anyone else to protect what I've already decided is mine. My lungs forgot how to function. I don't belong to you. We'll see. He opened the door. Everything inside was marble and elegance and warmth, a world so far from my own it felt like stepping into a dream. A dangerous, wrong, beautiful dream. Your room is upstairs, he said. No one enters without my permission. You're men. I asked. He smirked. They fear me too much to try anything. He walked me through a hallway filled with art and quiet power. My heart pounded with every step. Finally, he stopped at a door. He opened it, revealing a bedroom that looked like something out of a magazine. King-size bed, velvet curtains, warm lights, and a wall of windows overlooking the city. This is for me? I whispered. For now, he said. Until I decide otherwise. I turned sharply. What does that mean? He stepped closer until my back hit the doorframe. It means, he murmured, brushing a strand of hair behind my ear, that if you stay too long, I will not let you leave. My breath hitched. That's not fair. Life isn't fair. But I am. His thumb grazed my jaw. I won't touch you without your permission. Relief spilled through me. But I will make you want to give it. My knees weakened. And Ashlyn? Yes. His voice dropped to a dangerous whisper. Don't close your door tonight. I shivered. Why? Because if you scream, he said, I intend to be the first one who gets to you. Then he left me standing in the doorway, heart racing, skin burning, mind spiraling, and suddenly, sleep wasn't even a possibility. I wasn't sure which woke me first, the sound of footsteps or the feeling of being watched. My eyes snapped open. The room was dark except for the soft city glow spilling through the curtains. My pulse skittered in panic as I pushed myself upright. But then, I saw him. Adrian stood in the doorway, shadows carving harsh lines across his face, a glass of dark liquor in one hand, his shirt sleeves rolled to his forearms. Couldn't sleep, he said, voice low. My heart thudded. You said not to close the door, I whispered. And you listened. His gaze dragged over me, slow, searching, unsettling. Good girl. Heat curled in my stomach at the words, not from fear. He walked in slowly, shutting the door behind him. Adrian, I said softly, are you drunk? No. He sipped the alcohol. Just angry. Angry? At what? You. The word punched the air from my lungs. Me, I whispered. He stalked closer, every step liquid power. Because you're here in my home, in my space, in my bed. His voice tightened. And you look at me like you expect me to hurt you. I held still. I don't know what to expect. That's the problem, he murmured, setting the glass on my bedside table. I know exactly what to expect from myself. He stopped in front of me, close enough that I could smell whiskey and cedar and something uniquely him. What do you want from me? I whispered. His hand lifted, slow, deliberate, and hovered inches from my cheek, like he was fighting the urge to touch me. Everything, he said. My breath caught. But not tonight. He stepped back. Tonight, I need to know that you're here because you trust me, not because you fear what waits outside. His restraint confused me more than the danger. But I don't know if I trust you. You will. How can you be so sure? He smirked, dark, confident, devastating. Because I've never failed to earn something I wanted. You don't even know me yet, I breathed. He tilted his head. But I will. Something flickered in his eyes. Something I couldn't read, but couldn't look away from. I'll stay down the hall, he said. Door open. Guards posted outside. If you need anything, you say my name. I swallowed. Why are you doing this? He didn't hesitate. Because I want you safe. There was more. I felt it vibrating under his words. And because, he added quietly, your sister doesn't get to break you and walk away. My throat tightened. You know about that? I know everything about that, he said. Everything she took. Everything he took. Everything you lost. Why do you care? His jaw flexed. Because I used to be a father. The words hit me like a blow. Used to be. Had. Past tense. Pain wrapped in steel. What happened? I whispered. He stared at the window, the city lights reflecting in his eyes like shards of glass. My wife died when my son was 16. I raised him alone. And now, another muscle ticked in his jaw. Now, he exhaled slowly. My son made choices that put him on the wrong side of my world. Liam. Liam, he repeated, voice cold. And because you loved him, you're now tangled in chains meant for him. I opened my mouth, but he cut me off gently. Go to sleep, Ashlyn. I swallowed. Will I be safe? His eyes locked on mine. With me. The words rumbled. You could sleep in a volcano and be safer than anywhere else. Heat spread across my skin. And tomorrow? I whispered. His smile was soft and dangerous. Tomorrow, he said, you start to understand what it means to be claimed by a man like me. He turned to leave. Something inside me panicked at the thought of him walking away. Adrian. He paused. Yes. Stay. He froze, then slowly turned back to me, eyes darker than the room. Say it again. My voice trembled. Stay. Please. Whatever control he'd been clinging to shattered. He walked back, sat on the edge of the bed, and touched my cheek with the back of his knuckles. I won't touch you, he murmured. Not until you ask. He stretched out on top of the blanket beside me, fully clothed, facing me. Protective, powerful, present. Sleep, he whispered. And somehow impossibly, I did. I woke up warm, safe, and not alone. A heavy arm draped across my waist, a chest pressed against my back, a low, steady heartbeat thrumming against my spine. For a split second, I forgot everything. The betrayal, the danger, the fear. I only knew warmth. Then awareness slammed into me. Adrian Moretti, the city's most feared mafioso, was wrapped around me, holding me like something precious. My breath hitched. Instantly, he stirred. You're awake, he murmured, voice thick from sleep. I didn't move. Yes. His arm tightened around me. Good. Adrian. You said you wouldn't touch me. I didn't, he said calmly. You curled into me in your sleep. I did not. You did, he said, a hint of amusement in his voice. And I'm not cruel enough to push you away. Heat flushed my face. I didn't mean to. I know. He nuzzled into my hair, breathing in. You smell like peppermint. I froze. You know how I smell. I know everything about you, he said softly. Especially the things you try to hide. My pulse fluttered. Like what? Like how lonely you are. His voice dropped to a whisper. How long you've been surviving instead of living. My throat tightened painfully. You don't know me. He brushed his lips against my shoulder, not a kiss, but something dangerously close. No, he murmured. Not yet. But I know enough. He shifted, rolling onto his back. And I know today will be difficult for you. Why? He sat up, rubbing a hand over his jaw. Your sister has been trying to reach you. Your mother too. My stomach clenched. What do they want? A dinner. Tonight. I cursed under my breath. Adrian smirked. Oh, does the little good girl know how to swear? I glared at him. Don't start. Or what? His eyes held mine, hungry and amused at the same time. You'll punish me? I almost choked. That's not, I didn't. He laughed softly. A real laugh. Deep, rich, devastating. But then the humor faded. You don't have to go, he said. You owe them nothing. I know, I whispered. But if I don't, they'll show up at my door. No, Adrian said flatly. They won't. Why not? His voice turned cold enough to freeze bone. Because anyone who wants to see you now goes through me. I blinked. That's intimidating. That's the point. He reached out, brushing his thumb across my jaw lightly. You have been unprotected your entire life, Ashlyn. Used, ignored, dismissed. And now, I whispered. Now. His thumb drifted to my lower lip, barely touching. You are under my name. My chest tightened. That sounds like ownership. He leaned in. It is. Before I could process the words, he pulled away and stood. Get dressed, he said. Eat something. Then we'll discuss tonight. You're not going alone. I can handle them. No, he said simply. You can't. I can. His gaze hardened. You're strong, he said. But you break quietly. They count on that. The words hit too close to home. How do you know? Because I once raised someone who broke the same way. His son, Liam's boss, the man responsible for the debt that had put me in danger. I exhaled slowly. Did Liam steal the money? I asked. Yes. Why? Greed, arrogance, desperation. His jaw clenched. He saw something he wanted and took it. My stomach twisted. Like Vanessa took Liam. Yes. I wrapped my arms around myself. I want answers, I whispered. Real ones. And you'll get them, he said. But only after tonight. We left his penthouse at 6. 2 black SUVs. For armed men. Adrian by my side, his hand resting at the small of my back. Just enough to steady, guide, claim. My mother's house was warm, bright, familiar. But tonight it felt foreign. We stepped inside. Vanessa was the first to react. Her smile froze. Her eyes widened. Her face went pale. Who is that? She whispered. My mother looked ready to faint. Ashlyn, sweetheart, you didn't tell us you were bringing someone. I didn't know I needed permission, I said dryly. Vanessa swallowed hard, staring at Adrian like he was a loaded gun pointed at her, which in a way he was. Liam wasn't there. Good. My mother forced a smile. Well, dinner's ready. Let's all. No, Adrian said. Everyone froze. We're not here to eat. My mother trembled. Sir, whoever you are. Adrian Moretti, Vanessa whispered, horror in her voice. My mother gasped. Oh my God. Adrian stepped closer, expression calm but lethal. You will no longer call my stepchild a liar. My breath caught. You will not belittle her, or guilt her, or demand she pretend betrayal is forgiveness. My mother shook. I didn't. You did, he said. And it ends today. Vanessa looked like she wanted to disappear. My mother grabbed my wrist. Ashlyn, what have you done? Adrian's voice turned to steel. She's done nothing except survive what you permitted. I felt tears sting my eyes. Not from fear. From finally being defended. Finally being seen. Finally being claimed. And God help me. I didn't hate the feeling. My mother's grip loosened, shock vibrating through her. I don't understand, she whispered. Why would a man like you care about Ashlyn? The insult cut like a blade. Adrian's eyes sharpened. Because unlike you, he said softly, I recognize her worth. Vanessa swallowed. We didn't do anything wrong. Adrian arched a brow. You stole her boyfriend. It just happened, Vanessa stammered. Things don't just happen, he said. People happen. Choices happen. Consequences happen. She flinched. I felt no pity. My mother tried again. Ashlyn, sweetheart. Stop calling me that, I said, surprising myself. You haven't treated me like a sweetheart in years. She blanched. Adrian spoke next. Liam owes money. Dangerous money. My mother gasped. Vanessa's eyes widened with terror. What money? What danger? The kind, Adrian said, that ends in funerals. Vanessa stumbled back. No, that can't, Liam said. He promised. Liam, Adrian said, is a coward who dragged your sister into his mess. But not me, Vanessa snapped. Adrian's gaze slid to her slowly, deliberately. You think betrayal protects you? His voice chilled the entire room. It only paints a larger target on your back. Vanessa clutched her chest. My mother trembled. What do you want from us? Nothing, Adrian said coldly. Because you have nothing I want. He turned to me. But she does. Heat rushed to my cheeks. Adrian, we're leaving, he said. You don't belong here anymore. My mother cried out. Ashlyn, don't you dare walk out with that man. Vanessa stepped forward. You're choosing him? I took a breath, steady. Sure, for the first time in months. No, I said. I'm choosing myself. And then I walked toward the door. Adrian opened it for me, his hand lingering at my back like a shield. As we stepped into the night, he murmured, "I'm proud of you." My throat tightened. "Why?" "You finally stopped bleeding for people who enjoy the sight." I blinked back tears. "Adrian, what happens now?" He wrapped an arm around my waist, drawing me close. "Now." His voice dropped to a dangerous promise. "Now you get to live." We reached the SUV. He opened the door but didn't let me inside. Instead, he blocked me in with his body, towering over me, caging me in with one arm braced above my head. My breath tangled. "Adrian." He looked down at me, eyes heavy with something dark and consuming. "You did well in there. Better than I expected." I felt like I was shaking the whole time. "You were," he murmured, "but you stood your ground anyway." My pulse stuttered. "You protected me," I whispered. "I will always protect you." "Why?" I breathed. His answer was soft and devastating. "Because you're mine." My heart slammed against my ribs. "I'm not," I whispered. He smiled, slow, predatory, certain. "You will be." Before I could react, he reached up and brushed his thumb along my lower lip. My breath caught. "Ashlyn," he whispered, "I'm going to kiss you." My knees weakened. "But not until you ask me to." I exhaled shakily. "And if I never ask?" He leaned in, his forehead touching mine. "Then I'll wait." My eyes fluttered closed. But I won't stop wanting. My chest ached with something sharp and terrifying. "Take me home," I whispered. He smiled softly. "I am." Back at his penthouse, dinner was waiting. Steak, salads, fresh bread, wine. Adrian pulled out a chair. "Sit." Normally, the command would have irritated me. Tonight, it made warmth curl inside my chest. I sat. He served me first, then himself. Silence settled between us, but not uncomfortable. It was thick, tense, charged. Halfway through the meal, he spoke. "I should tell you something." I looked up. "About my son." My blood chilled. "What about him?" He set his fork down. "He didn't just hire Liam." "Okay." "He used him." I swallowed. "How?" "Liam owes a debt. He was supposed to pay it through a job for my son, collecting money from a man who refused to pay." My stomach twisted. "He failed," Adrian continued. "And instead of taking responsibility, he ran, dragging you into the fallout." "But I'm not with him anymore," I whispered. "That doesn't matter to men who only see targets." Fear crept up my spine. "What happens now?" Adrian met my eyes, steady, sure, unflinching. "Now I take care of it." I shook my head. "Meaning?" "Meaning," he said, "I eliminate the threat." My blood turned cold. "You're going to kill them. Only the ones coming for you." I stared. "Adrian, you can't just." "Yes," he said softly. "I can. And if I don't, you die." The truth hung between us like a storm. "You don't have to do this," I whispered. "Yes," he said, "I do." "Why?" His answer hit like a blow. "Because the thought of losing you makes my hands shake." My breath stuttered. "Adrian." He leaned forward, eyes burning into mine. "Tell me to stop," he murmured. "Tell me to walk away from you. Tell me to let you go." I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. He nodded slowly. "That's what I thought." He stood, walked around the table, and held out his hand. "Come." I placed my hand in his. He pulled me up, and into him. His hand cupped my jaw. His forehead pressed to mine. His voice a whisper. "You're not leaving tonight." The air dissolved between us. "And you're not sleeping alone." I should have been afraid. I wasn't. I should have pulled away. I didn't. Instead, I let Adrian guide me toward the bedroom. My heart beat a frantic drum beneath my skin. When we reached the doorway, he paused. His fingers threaded through mine as he said softly, "Last chance to tell me no." I swallowed. "No." His eyes darkened. "Meaning?" "Don't stop." A sound escaped him, low, guttural, primal. He stepped inside, pulling me gently with him. He didn't touch me at first. He just looked at me, like he was memorizing me, learning me, claiming me without speaking. Finally, he said, "Turn around." I hesitated. "Ashlyn," he warned softly. I shivered. Then I turned. His fingers brushed the zipper of my dress. "May I?" My voice trembled. "Yes." The zipper slid down, slow, deliberate, each inch exposing more skin to the cool air. The dress slipped off my shoulders. I felt vulnerable, exposed, bare, but not scared. His fingers traced the line of my spine, sending sparks down my body. "You're beautiful," he murmured. "More than you know." My breath hitched. He pressed a kiss to the back of my shoulder, then another. My eyes closed. "How long have you wanted to touch me?" I whispered. His breath warmed my skin. "Since the first moment I saw you." 6 weeks ago? "Yes." "That long?" I breathed. "That's short," he said. His arm slid around my waist, pulling me back against his chest. I felt his heartbeat, his breath, his restraint. "You have no idea," Adrian whispered into my neck, "how hard it was not to take you that day." I shivered, but I needed to wait until you were mine willingly. His lips skimmed my throat. "And now," I whispered. "And now," he said against my skin, "you're here, in my room, wearing nothing but your trust." I wasn't sure trust was the right word, but God, I wanted him. He turned me slowly to face him. His eyes burned. He cupped my face with both hands, holding me gently, almost reverently. "Ashlyn," he said softly, "I'm going to kiss you now." "Yes," I breathed. And he did. It wasn't soft. It wasn't gentle. It wasn't hesitant. It was consuming, deep, devastating. Everything inside me unraveled. His hand slid into my hair. Mine clutched at his shirt. Our breaths tangled, our bodies pressed close. He kissed me like he'd been waiting his whole life. When he pulled back, his forehead rested on mine. "You taste like peppermint," he whispered. My laugh was shaky. "You taste like trouble." His smile was slow, dangerous, perfect. "You have no idea." He lifted me effortlessly, carrying me to the bed. I clung to him, heart racing. He laid me down gently, like something breakable. Then he hovered over me. His eyes, God, his eyes, looked like a man on the edge of losing control. "You can still stop this," he murmured. "I don't want to." "Say it." "I want you," I whispered. "Adrian, I want you." His restraint snapped. And when he kissed me again, deeper, slower, hungrier, I felt something inside me shift forever. Hours later, I lay against his chest, his arm wrapped around me tightly like he feared I might disappear. His voice was low. "I need to tell you something." I lifted my head. "What is it?" "My son," he said. "He won't stop." I froze. "He wants power, more than he deserves. And now that I've protected you, he'll see you as a weakness." "Why?" Adrian's fingers brushed my cheek. "Because he knows I care for you." My breath caught. "You care?" He nodded once. "I don't do love easily, Ashlyn." He swallowed. "But for you, I could learn." My chest tightened. "I don't know what I feel yet." "You don't have to," he said. "I'll wait." I smiled weakly. "You're not exactly the patient type." "For you." He kissed my forehead. "I can be." Silence settled, warm, fragile, real. Then he said, "You're staying here now." It wasn't a question. "And if I say no?" I whispered. He turned my face to his gently. "I'll convince you." "How?" "By reminding you," he murmured, kissing my jaw, "that you are safest with me. And if I decide to walk away?" He stilled. Then he whispered the truth, raw, unfiltered, terrifying. "Then I'll burn the world until it leads me back to you." My breath faltered. "Adrian." He pulled me closer. "Sleep," he whispered. "You're mine now. And no one, not Liam, not my son, not fate, is going to take you from me." I fell asleep in the arms of the most dangerous man in the city. And for the first time in my entire life, I didn't feel alone. I felt claimed, wanted, protected, and God help me, I didn't want to run anymore. I wanted to stay.